back, y'all. It's the Rock Doctor here. We're talking about some lead guitar stuff that you need to know. I've got 4 licks here today. Each one of these licks is based on the blues scale, pentatonic scale, in the key of A. Each one lasts for 4 beats. That's very important. You've got to play along to the beats. You've got to know where you are. I'm going to be using a pretty common, pretty famous chord progression, and the progression itself is 2 measures long. That's 8 beats, and we're going to play along to it, or I'm going to, and I'll show you what to do. So what we're talking about here with these licks, we really have 4 musical sentences, each one lasting 4 beats. All of them are based on the A pentatonic or the A blues scale in the 5th position. So I'm assuming before you try all this that you know how to use the pentatonic scale, know where to put it on the neck to fit whatever key the song is in. You need to know that. You need to know all your basic stuff, basic chords, where your notes are, at least on the 6th string. You need to know that. You need to be able to find your way on the guitar so this makes sense to you. If it doesn't, check out some of my other videos that I outline all this on. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first lick. Now listen, this is just 1 note. That's it. But it's probably the most iconic move you can make. If you want to sound like a professional, you have to learn how to do this move. Now I'm not going to give you all the fine points on it today. I'll make another video on that because it's the hardest thing to get it to sound right. Initially you're going to sound like a drunken mosquito trying to do this, but here's what it is. I'm going to take the B string, the 8th fret. It's a G note. I'm going to bend it up a whole step so it becomes an A note. And I'm going to shake the shit out of the guitar neck to get a nice even vibrato. That's how I do it. So here it is. You can see I've got my ring finger up here on the 8th fret B string. The other 2 fingers are, well, I guess I'm going to detail it a little bit. Okay. My middle finger's right behind it, 7th fret B string. My index finger, though, is kind of laying down. I'm trying to cover the G string so it doesn't make a doink sound when in the midst of this, before, during, and after. It sounds awful if you don't do that. I'm also muting with the palm of my hand at the bridge, basically off of my thumb here, to keep the other strings quiet. With this overdrive, it's going to sound like crap if you've got all this extraneous string noise going on. You don't want that. Okay. Oh, here it is. That's all it is. Sounds easy, but it's not. I promise you. So you let it go for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see a little shake there. We'll cover that in another video. Lick number 2. It just descends through the scale from the highest note. So here it is. I'll walk you through it, and we'll talk about the rhythmic flow of it. You know, what am I playing? 8th notes, 16th notes. Let me give you the lick first. Bottom string, 8th fret to 5th fret. You can pull it off. You can pick it. I pull it off. There's that. Next string, same thing. 8 to 5 on the B. There's that. Those are actually 16th notes. 1 and up. Okay, that's 1 beat. Okay, coming down to the next string. 3 notes. I've got the blue note, the flatted 5 on the G string, 8. Then 7 on a G and 5. And then the last note, I'm going to end on an A. That's the safest note you can end on in the key of A. Yeah. 7th fret of the D string. So here's the whole lick slow. 1 and up, 2 and up, 3, 4. A little faster. Vibrato at the end, you got to do it. If you don't vibrato your notes at the end, it just sounds kind of dead. All right. Next lick, lick number 3. I call this the 2 frets back move. What does that mean? Well, it's my own nomenclature. All right, so I've got my A note here, the low note of the pentatonic scale, 5th fret on the low E. Here's what I'm talking about. This is very common. Everybody does this. Your grandma knows this lick, so you ought to learn it. All right, check it out. I'm going to move back 2 frets to the G note, 3rd fret on the low E. And here's all I'm going to do. Check it out. 3, 5. You can hammer it on. Okay? Now I'm going to go to the A string and do the same thing. And the context of how this lick gets played, I structured it rhythmically the same as the second lick. 1 and up. Okay? 16th notes there for the first part. Next move is a slide, 5 to 7 on the A. The tail end of it, D string, 5, 7, 7. Why the hell did I play that note twice? I wanted to have an even number of notes. 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. There it is. Now on that slide, it's important to get it to be a grace note. So hammer, hammer, slide. Next door to the next string. Pick. 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. Don't let round on the end. Do the top 2 strings that don't make racket. Okay. Last lick. Straight in the center here. G string. I'm gonna do a little bend. Like that. It's a whole step. It's a whole step bend. 7th fret sounds like 9. D sounds like E. And it goes like this. Then I release it. So bend at 7 3 times. Release it. Keep the pressure into the fingerboard to get that. Pull it out to 5. And then 7 on the A. Our safe note. The root note of the key. Now let's see. Rhythmically that is 1 and 2 and a 3, 4. Okay, so there they all are. Now you need to practice these things till you got them on autopilot. Okay, because you can't be thinking about this crap while you're playing to a song, while you're jamming. You can't. You just got to be able to play them. It's just like learning Spanish. You want to go meet some hot chicks in Mexico or Spain? Your best bet is to learn some Spanish. Don't be mumbling some crap. Know how to speak the way they speak. So learn these licks. These are everyday meat and potatoes licks. You gotta know them. You can't be shredding anything if you can't do this stuff. This is all blues based. Learn it. Okay. Now let me put this track on, and I'm going to try to play all 4 licks consecutively. Excuse me. Following the groove. Each one lasts for 4 beats. So you gotta listen. You gotta listen to the drum. You got to know where the chords are. You got to know where the 1 is. It's a lot of stuff, but just try it. I can go on and on about all the details, but that just will bog you down. You got to learn how to play in time to it. Here we go. Can't see with these sunglasses on. All right, let's see what happens. All right, I'm waiting for the drum roll here. Feel the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's again. 3, 4. Okay, that's it. Turn that off. Now listen. When you're playing over a track and you're just barely getting a handle on these licks, slow the track down. Don't play it at full speed. Slow it down to 0.75 or even half speed if you have to. You want to practice slowly and accurately. Don't play any faster than you can play without screwing up. Don't practice mistakes, okay? All right, what else can I tell you? You've got to get these licks in your head where you can sing them mentally. I tell my students all the time, if you can play it, or if you can say it, you can play it. If you can't say it, you don't know what the F you're doing, make sure you can sing these licks in your head. Eventually, you'll have a little vocabulary of licks that you know will fit certain situations, certain chord progressions. And you can just call them up. It's like having a conversation. I'm going to talk about this. Now I'm going to talk about that. It's almost like an announcer at the Macy's Day Parade. He's on TV and he's telling you what's in front of the camera, what's coming by. Here come the Rockettes, followed by the NYPD, blah, blah, blah battalion. And then we have, Bullwinkle. He's telling you what's happening as it's happening. That's what we're doing with these phrases. We're describing something about the chords as they go by in time with them. So, learn the licks, put them in here, put them in here, put them in here. and then try it. You don't need a lot of licks. You just know how to get. You just have to know how to get some mileage out of the few phrases you know. You don't need 100 licks. You need maybe 5 or 10, and you know how to apply them. And we'll talk more about this as time goes on. I've got lots of ways to make this work. I have a way to steer notes, how to get mileage out of one lick and make it fit a couple of situations. We'll talk about it. All right. Now I'm going to go check this thing out. This is just a trial run. Let's see what happens. All right. See ya.